Dear Ascending Ones, today, we wish to remind you not to allow anything or anyone to diminish you or make you feel less about yourself. Some people may be intimidated by your higher dimensional self. In this case, that person could become angry when they are confronted with anyone that needs assistance. Please remember that each person has their own issues which frighten them. Therefore, one could become angry when frightened by messages that they do not yet feel ready to address. One who is not ready to face the truth about what is happening in their daily life and/or in their country may be frightened by the challenges before them, and they may take their fear out on others. When a leader does not send out unconditional caring and higher dimensional self-confidence, it is more difficult for those who are threatened by that leader's decisions, and it is more difficult for those who work under, and/or are led by that being, to feel secure. Leaders who send confidence, kindness, and hope to those whom they lead may sometimes be replaced by leaders who take out their own insecurity and hidden fear on the ones who they are supposed to be leading. However assured a selfish and unfair leader may appear, the truth is that they know how they feel, and live in constant fear that others will realize how worried they are that their fear will be revealed. Therefore, these types of leaders rule others via the very fear that lives within their own heart and mind. However, these lost leaders, as we the Arcturians call them, will eventually have to face their own fear, as well as the great damage that their fearful leadership has created. Unfortunately, leaders who lead via their own fear, poor self-esteem and lack of confidence, usually act as if they are not afraid, and seem to love themselves in a very narcissistic manner, while they constantly find fault in those whom they should be guiding and protecting. Therefore, these leaders must keep their open door to fear closed to the vision of others, while they try to face that fear alone. Whenever a lost leader needs the strength and wisdom that a good leader lovingly and consistently offers, they often choose to insult, degrade or frighten those whom they should be leading with strength, courage and loving confidence. One can only give to others what they have within themselves. Therefore, in order to send love, confidence, dignity and hope to those whom they lead, that lost leader must first have those attributes within themselves. It takes a great deal of courage to lead others by speaking the truth in a positive and courageous manner. Therefore, a leader must be positive within their own thinking and, most importantly, remember that in order to be positive within themselves, they will need to have love and respect for yourself. Others may not know about a lost leader's struggle to maintain self-confidence for themselves and to be able to maintain a positive and courageous outlook for themselves and for those that they lead. Being a good leader is not just a gift. Being a good leader is something that a person has thought about from their youth and have taken responsibility for, being a good leader, at a young age. A good leader must always remember that first, they must lead themselves. They also must remember to be conscious of their own thoughts and emotions because, what they think about, they bring about. Please remember that anger hides just below fear and anxiety. However, if that fear and anxiety is unknown to the leader, they will unconsciously hide that secret from themselves and use anger and judgment of others in their leadership. It is in this manner that the lost leader attempts to deflect their own fear into the hearts and minds of those whom they are leading. This behavior is like a doctor that gives the patient that which will make them more sick, rather than giving their patient that which would heal them. Unfortunately, those who have lived in the shadow of power over others, greed, and hidden insecurity for most of their lives, see their negative behavior as being positive because it gets them what they think they want. However, all humans want love. But some lost leaders have become so lost in themselves, that they cannot see outside of themselves, or perceive themselves in the same manner that others perceive them. Fortunately for these lost leaders, there are always other lost ones who are ready to perceive the lost leader as a good leader. These lost leaders do not see themselves as having the selfish, me-first manner that others perceive them as having. In fact, lost leaders seldom see any of their shortcomings, as these kinds of leaders only perceive what they want to perceive. On the other hand, those who live via power within, instead of power over, send out the love and respect they have gained for themselves. A lost leader's fear can interact with others in any moment that the lost leader feels threatened, which is very often. Therefore, when others need their assistance, the lost ones cannot take the time to understand why others come to them to gain that which they cannot even give to themselves. Since these lost leaders cannot be honest with themselves or with their reactions to challenges, they get angry that they are being called on to leave their safe, protected illusions in order to be bothered by thinking about, and caring for, others. Of course, these lost leaders are unable to notice that they are the source of their own fear, as facing their fear is something that they will do anything to avoid. If it harms others, they don't care because they only care about their own unsolvable problem of chronic unhappiness. However, if they can find a way to make others unhappy, then they can pretend to be the hero and rescue them from the very problem that the rescuer created. The lost leaders may try to lie to themselves that they are really trying to be a good person and do the right thing, but they constantly wonder why they feel so frightened, angry and alone. Yes, it is the fault of others that they feel this way. Therefore, they never need to look at themselves and can always blame their problems on others. One of the biggest problems for lost leaders is those who live via love, power within, caring for others and constantly consulting their own higher self. Why do these people seem to somehow be happy, be in love, have good friends and a sense of inner peace and self-confidence? Say the lost leaders. Who needs love and friends and confidence and inner peace, when I can have money and power over others? When these lost ones stand before their Maker, perhaps they will get the answer to that question, but then it will be too late to change. The Arcturians share this article with love and gratitude.